Yes, yes it is. All right, here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the first gentleman to sail around the tip to Africa and make it to India. Come on, let's go. It's a big deal. Good. No. You can give me the last name, but you're not going to write. No. Who is it, Trey?
Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da Gama. You can't write Vasco da G.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, write it out. You can write da Gama all day. Okay. Vasco da Gama sails for what country? Vasco da Gama sails for what country? Good. He sails for what country?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not you. I'm talking to Garrett. I have no idea what's on your board.
4.
What is it? Well, Portugal. Garrett, where does he go?
Portugal.
No, where does he go? Where is he going? To India. That's why he doesn't sail for India. You know, when you talk about sail for, like what country they represent on your whiteboard. No, what's the destination? It would be say like, what's the final port?
What was the question?
Never mind. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the first gentleman to circumnavigate the globe? But we all know, I got to this, right? Where the guy gets beheaded on the beach because he got a little friendly with the daughter. Who is it, Sophie? Ferdinand Magellan. On your whiteboard, please tell me what country does Christopher Columbus sail for? Who is it, Kiara? Spain. You can raise your hand and tell me why Spain is sending a guy west to go east. Why, Lily?
They don't want to pay the Portuguese port taxes, so they want to go around
There you go. They're trying to avoid all the port taxes, and the best way to do it is just to straight up avoid it. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is... Nope, we're going. We're going to go. No, just kidding. Fake news. Sorry. On your whiteboard, please tell me what are the two major people who are making the most money off the Silk Road? Who are the two major people who are making money off the Silk Road? Abby! Muslims and Italians. Why are the Italians heavily profiting off the Silk Road on your whiteboard? Come on. No. Yes. I got 2. No. They got shoes? Is that what that is? No. What is it? Kayla. Crusades. What specific city is going to make the most money off the Crusades? And AKA Silk Road. What city makes the most? Yes. That's why it's floating, people. They've got money like that. What is it, Timmy? Venice. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is... Okay, I'm really done now. Okay, let's go. So, we got to our boy. Now, it really is important that you do understand that Christopher Columbus knew that the world was round. Everyone in the world knew the world was round. Everyone's clear on that, correct? Why was Christopher Columbus the first person to sail west to go east? Why was he the actual one? Kira? Okay, yeah, everyone's using that and it gets you there. Will?
Spain wanted to find a different way to India.
But why was Christopher Columbus like the first one to do it? Yes, they had motivation. So they had motivation. They wanted to make a lot of money off of the east. What do you got, Catherine?
Because they didn't know if he'd survive it, so they didn't know like how far he had to go to like get to more land.
You're flirting with the answer.
Like a waste of money.
Okay, why?
Because if he died and didn't get to the other land.
Yes, but why was Christopher Columbus the first one to do it? You're not wrong, but you're not where I need you to be. Michael. Okay, so what did we needed to improve to allow Columbus to get there? Jackson. Ships. We needed technology to improve, correct? Because right around the time Christopher Columbus is, we're just going to sail west to go east, what is improving? Technology. All of a sudden we have the astrolabe, which we're going to really get into next week, in 2 weeks. We have all these other things really starting to kick off. So it's the first time that we have a lot of motivation, right? There's a lot of money to be made. They have a lot of competition because they want to beat the Portuguese. And we finally have technology. All of this comes to this perfect point where Christopher Columbus is like, yeah, let's do this. Okay? It's important that you understand it's the connection of all three of those things. All right. So we got to Ferdinand Magellan, flirting with the ladies. Okay. Philippines belong to Spain. Just know that. I mean, if you want to write it down, you can. But the Philippines belong to Spain. Okay. The Russians and English are looking for the Northwest Passage. Okay. That's why the English are really coming over. The Northwest Passage will connect to what? What are they? Where is everyone trying to get to, guys? India. They're trying to get to the Pacific. That's what the Northwest Passage is all about. Everyone just wants to get to China and India. No one really cares about the Americas until the mid 1500s, really the 1600s, when the plantations are in full effect. Okay? So, James Cook is kicking it. The English are essentially just looking for your Northwest Passage. And every time they land, they stick their flag on the ground and they say, "Mine." Okay, so we started having people going around and exploring. So, this is the beginning of something very big. We started having trading empires, ladies and gentlemen. So the Portuguese are the first one to set up trading ports. I think we'd say they're pretty damn successful, correct? You can raise your hand and tell me the two regions where the Portuguese are setting up their ports. Try.
Africa and
What are they
Southeast
trying?
Asia.
South Asia. South Asia, because what country?
India.
India. Okay, so they've already conquered those territories. So the Portuguese are going to be there first, and they decide to do taxes or duties instead of doing a monopoly. What is the difference? We already know what taxes or duties are, correct? Anytime someone comes in, they have to pay a tax to use the port, correct? What do you think a monopoly would be then? Catherine?
But they just own everything and don't let anyone else.
There you go. So, when you have a trade monopoly, that means only Portuguese ships are allowed in your ports. So, if they did a trade monopoly, who would be the only country benefiting? Portugal. However, do you think that would cause a lot of problems or make them just super rich? It would cause a lot of problems, so they decided to go the duties. Is that the more effective route? Absolutely. They're going to make way more money doing it that way because people are paying all these taxes. Okay, so do you think people are annoyed with the Portuguese? We already know that people are annoyed, right? The Spanish are going west to go east, okay? And we have other people who want to get in on this whole thing. And these two major countries are the English and the Dutch. Now, I have a couple for you. Over here on my wall, you'll see East India Trade Company is the British, and they want to control India. You'll see it in purple. Okay, write that down. If it's on my wall and I wrote it, it's good enough. Its abbreviation is the EOC. How many of you have seen Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one? Okay? On the little emblem, on the little coins that Jack steals and the pirates steal, guess what is written on the coins? EOC. It's the East India Trade Company. Who is the one running all the ships? What military? The British. Yes, they're going to dominate world trade here. What?
What's the O stand for?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Then you have the Dutch East India Trade Company. Isn't it nice how their names are similar? Very convenient. Their abbreviation is VOC, by the way. It's the Dutch, and they're controlling the East Indies. So, you've heard of this expression before, correct? East Indies? Let me show you what that actually means, just so you have a point of reference. Hello, 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 hello. Hi. It's Southeast Asia and all of these islands over here. Okay? This is where the Dutch are going to control. The English are just going to control mostly India. Okay? There's going to be a lot of rivalry here, and there's a lot of competition. Okay? All right, go back to my board over here. You need to know that they're government supported. Okay? So, in Pirates of the Caribbean, all of the East India Trade Company are all stocked with who? What color coat are they wearing? Red. They're soldiers who are on these private ships making private companies money. Are they in bed with the government, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. We have factual collusion. You like that? You like that? That was like a... No? Ugh.
Timely.
Huh?
Timely.
Timely is exactly it. All right, anyway. They have rights, these government trades, okay? They have the right to make war with any country they want. They have the right to write treaties on behalf of their country, and they have the right to build trading ports anywhere they want to. Is this a lot of power or very little power? It's a lot of power. They are a company who has the power and the ability of a country. So think about it. If Apple CEO Tim Cook wanted to wage war with China, okay, if we're back in this time period, he would just go and blow up China. Would that cause problems for us here in the United States? Yes, absolutely. Today, can Tim Cook just blow up China? No, I could sabotage him real well, I would assume. He probably could. Easily. I mean, they have $1 billion in cash. Anyway, moving forward. Okay. Here, if Tim Cook wanted to blow up China, for instance, he would have to go to Trump and say, hey, Donald Trump. And Trump would be like, hey, Tim Cook. And he would be like, what can I help you with? And Tim Cook would be like, hi, I would like to blow up China. And Trump would say, I don't think that's a good idea. And he would be like, but I want it. And Trump would say, I don't think so. Hopefully, that's how it would go. That's how your rights would go. Today, our countries are American countries are still under the laws of American law, correct? Like conspiracy against the government. You cannot lie to the U.S. government on behalf of another country. Another timely reference. Manafort just got arrested for that yesterday. Okay? So, what that means is that you can't write contracts, you can't make deals with a foreign country without telling the U.S. government you're doing it. Like, if you do out of country business, you have to record every single thing so they can keep track of it because they don't want this to happen again. How timely. What a time. Anyway. Okay. I think we can agree if they can make war, write treaties, and build trading ports anywhere they want. You think they're making lots of money or no money?
Lots of money.
Hand over fist. They're literally printing their old money. Pirates of the Caribbean, they had the EOC written on it. That's because who owns that gold? Who printed that? Who made that gold? You don't make your own gold, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have plenty of it. I don't know about you. I don't have that much gold. I don't have my own gold press. Okay, so you have to think of it that way. Anyway, so what's going to happen? Just listen. Spain is going to conquer the Philippines. They're going to name it after King Philip II. Okay, ta-da, we have the Philippines today. Okay, Manila becomes a major port city. Manila is still a major port city just because it allows trade connect. We heard that Navy submarine that went down, Navy ship that got hit, 4 or 5 Navy men died like a month ago. Cool. It was right off the coast of Manila because it's one of the largest, busiest ports in the world. The Dutch are going to focus on Indonesia, which we know because we just pointed out over there. So the Russians, write down Russians. It's going to be very minimal. The Russians are going to free themselves of the Mongols. That's going to happen not until like 1600s, but that's fine. They're going to free themselves of the Mongols. They're going to start conquering people in Siberia. Who can raise your hand and tell me where Siberia is? Henry? Like super north, like north Russia. Is that a great place to live or a really crappy place to live? Really crappy place to live. So guess who they send there? Prisoners. Have you guys ever seen Lock Up Abroad? It's on like no. Yeah. Have you ever seen the Siberian ones? That thing's crazy. They have like their own little homes and all that little stuff. There's no women up there. They keep the women away. But it's a bunch of dudes living in a village. And like there's no one around for thousands of miles. And they're not allowed to really use their horses. They don't have enough horses that they could leave. So Siberia is so big that they can just abandon you up there. And that's what's happening. Isn't that crazy? So, there are people who live in Siberia. Do you think the natives are thrilled we got a bunch of, like, criminals? No? No. Alright. So, Russian occupation, we still have people who are really pissed. However, the Russian population is going to be increasing. Alright, 7 Years' War. This is a big deal. Okay, look over here real quick, and then we'll get going from here. So, write down the 7 Years' War. You're fine, you're fine. Write down the 7 Years' War. Put a star underneath it. And write the First World War. It is the First World War because it is fought in 3 theaters, ladies and gentlemen. 3 theaters, or theaters, when we talk about wars, means it's fought in 3 locations. World War II is fought in 2 theaters. You can raise your hand and tell me where World War II is fought. Oh my God, do you people know anything? Give me one, Henry. In the Pacific. That's where my grandfather served, and he was a prisoner of war. Okay? The worst place you want to be a prisoner of war is in the Pacific, by the way. The Japanese were heartless. Okay? What's the other theater in World War II? What do you got, Jackson?
Germany?
Not Germany. What do we call that? Because are they only fighting in Germany? They're fighting in, what do we call that area? Europe. So, there are 2 theaters in World War II, Europe and the Pacific. Okay? The 7 Years' War has 3 theaters. You're going to write this down. Indian Ocean Basin. Europe. The Americas. You can raise your hand and tell me what part of the 7 Years' War is fought in the Americas when America was a colony. We were not independent, which means it's not the War of Independence. Do not tell me about the Boston Tea Party. Damn it. Because that's part of the War of Independence. Damn it. What is it? What is the major war the colonists fought with the English? Henry. Catherine. French and Indian War. You looked at my board or you knew it? You looked at my board. That's fine. I appreciate someone using their resources. What did you people learn?
No one teaches French. I almost remember.
Seems like a sad output. Seriously?
No,
Yeah.
we
take a
most of my
different
classes, I don't do anything all day.
You've got to be
Semantics
kidding
and
me.
government.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
This is
Why the hell do we work so hard?
I don't know.
We get paid less than most of our peers. I get paid less than most of my peers. You've been doing this for a while, so you're pretty moderate. Huh? And teacher money. Anyway, even in middle school, you people didn't learn this crap? Like French and Indian War.
Because they tell you once, and then you're like, oh, okay, we're done with this.
Yeah, it's really on one test, and then you're done with it.
And then years pass, and you're like, oh, what's the French
Well,
and
it's
Indian War?
coming back, girl. It's coming back.
Sweet.
We're going to be learning it again. Damn it. Alright.
And after.
So, you need to write this down, 7 Years' War. The 2 primary people in the 7 Years' War is going to be English and the Dutch. Why? Think about it. Why the English and the Dutch? Think about it. Where do we have these 2 already tied together? Think about it. Why are the English and the Dutch fighting, Kira?
Trade.
Yes! Trade! They're trading powers, correct? So they're fighting over trading rights. It makes a lot of sense because no one really thinks of the Netherlands as like, right? Dan? Okay, so we're passionate about their pastries, but do we care about anything else? No. Alright, so you have the English and the Dutch. Okay? The English obviously team up with the Americans. Why are they teaming up with the Americans? Because they own us. We're their colony. That makes a lot of sense. Okay? They're also tied up with I don't know, huh? Spain? No, I don't think so. Anyway, we're just gonna leave it there. Okay? The Dutch are gonna team up with the French. Now the French, are they a trading power at all? Have we talked about them doing a damn thing? No, they aren't a trading power. Why did the French get involved? It's the rule of thumb for the French until World War II. Why? No. The The French, that's not how the French do things. I love the French. I am so excited I'm going to France for the first time ever in my life. You should come with me. There's like 3 spots left. You should come. There's 5 spots left. That's it. Come to France with me, and it's going to be amazing. Fun fact, but why do the French sign up, Michael? Hi, sweetie. When you decide to throw your whole country behind a war, you just don't not like someone.
They hate the
They hate them! They hate them! Oh, the Frenchies. They hate the English with so much passion and vigor that they literally joined 2 wars just to kill British people. Okay? They fight in the 7 Years' War not to gain any trade position. They lose thousands of people. But do they learn their lesson? No, because they sign up again for a completely lost cause that should have never happened. And what's that lost cause that should never have happened, Ren?
Us.
Yes, the American Revolution. We shouldn't have won. We shouldn't have won. England, the largest, most powerful country in the world with the largest military, the best navy in the whole world, has a stupid colony that doesn't want to pay taxes to it anymore and starts fighting about, oh, we want our rights. No one had their rights in colonies. No one. It wasn't us. It was everyone. Okay? So we got cranky. And people didn't like paying a lot of money, so they said, nay, nay. But the French only get involved in the American Revolution for what reason?
They hate the French.
Want to kill the British. They don't hate. I hate Mondays. I don't wake up and kill Monday. Actually, I do. I crush it every day, but that's fine. Okay? When we talk about the French solely joined the war in order to kill the British. So does that show us a lot of hatred? Absolutely. The only reason the British and the French are friendly today is they started a very tense relationship in World War I, worked out well for them because they were on the winning team. And obviously in World War II, half of France evacuated into England, and the English took them in with open arms. And then, of course, D-Day was the storming of the French, taking the country of France back. That, of course, was based from England and all that stuff, and now they're best friends. Okay? So, but it comes from a very dark past, which is why the French joined just to kill British people. You have to appreciate that, right? When we have the 100 Years' War, which is between French and the British, because they hate each other. All of these are going to come back around, and we're going to be talking about it. Lily?
Wasn't the 7 Years' War called the 7 Years' War, but it lasted like 9 years?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's false advertising. What?
Why did you put Canada?
Oh, because the English win, and they get Canada and India. That's why. There you go. So, the 7 Years' War, the...
Canada what? Canada what?
Ren, your wife would like you to know
Canada
that you left your phone at home. Canada and India are won by the British after the 7 Years' War. Okay? Alright, so the Columbian Exchange is the next big thing. It's actually a huge thing. Oh, I closed it. Oh, I unplugged it. Damn it. Damn it, Trey. This is all your fault. I got so passionate about the French. I love the French. I find them to be incredibly humorous. What?
That stuff?
Yes.
Do we need
Okay, so the Columbian Exchange is the trading of goods, the movement of goods between the Americas and the Old World, New World. Okay? The Old World is what continent?
Europe.
New World is America. So, when we talk about the movement of goods, okay, who do you think benefits the most? The Americas or the Europeans? Europeans, of course they do. They stack it in their hand all the time. So, this is a very short list, but this gives you the big idea. From Americas to Europe. So these originally grow in America. We get sugar, cotton, corn, and potatoes. Is that a big deal?
Yeah.
What country depends entirely on potatoes?
Ireland.
Ireland, which is going to cause their demise here shortly. Yeah. They only got it. They only got potatoes after Columbus discovers America. Isn't that crazy? You would think, could you imagine Irish food without potatoes? But it didn't exist until after Columbus discovered America. That's like the crazy thing. Okay? So, Europe to the Americas. First of all, Europeans give Americas diseases. Smallpox and measles are your biggest ones. It's gonna be the largest genocide in human history. However, we don't have statistics to prove it because no one did a census, and the Europeans weren't keeping score because they don't care. So we don't really know how much, but we know it's in the millions, which we'll get to here in a second. They also get written language, but they also get beasts of burden. What is an example of a beast of burden? Benji? Horse, absolutely. They also get piggies and chickens. Can you imagine your tacos without pork and chicken? What a tragic day. But yeah, the Mexicans, all of your Mexicans, all of your Americans weren't eating pork and chicken. Isn't that so sad? Could you imagine? So does the Columbian Exchange shape world culture? Absolutely. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a very big deal. Who wins? Who wins? Europeans win. They get more out of it. It causes a huge population boom in the world. Ooh, who is going to lose? The Americas. But they do get some peaks. So when people say, oh my God, Mustangs, an American horse. They're not American horses, you idiots. Because there's no beast of burdens in the Americas. True, not true. So when people say the real American Mustangs, you know, no, you idiots. They're Spanish horses that ran away and started making lots of baby horses. Yeah, they're not. They just ran away and started making baby horses. That's it. That's a Mustang. That's your American Mustang, which is causing a lot of problems to the U.S. government right now, but we'll deal with that later. So, diseases, smallpox. The reason why Americans are dying so fast because of smallpox, they have no exposure. Remember, these are the first time we're connecting, so they're getting exposed to diseases that weren't there historically. It is important to know that 90% of the population in the Americas is going to decline. We don't know if it was 17 million people or 1.3 million people. Is that a wide range? Yeah. So this is why it's not recognized as a genocide. When we talk about genocide, we talk about, of course, the Holocaust, correct? The systematic destruction of the Jews during World War II. We talk about the eradication of cultures all around the world, the Armenian genocide and all that stuff. We know the figures before and we know the figures after, which is why it's given the title of genocide, even if the U.S. government doesn't recognize the Armenian one or not. Okay? With that being said, this is the largest genocide in human history. The problem is, we don't have any statistics. So guess what gets completely ignored? This. So, please be aware. Alright. We're almost done. Food crops. So we're going to see an increase overall of food, which is going to create, when we have more food, what do we have? More population. Absolutely. The whole world is going to be eating more. We start having a movement of people. Obviously, people are moving from Europe to the Americas. We have people from Africa to the Americas. Now, despite what one of our presidential candidates said, are the people moving from Africa in a large source coming here to find work? No, they're not coming here to find work. What are they, Abby? If they're coming from Africa, what do you think? They're slaves, yes. Ben Carson said that the people from Africa were coming here to find work.
Well, they found work.
They did find work. They did find chains bound and, stuffed in slave ships. It's fine. So, origins, we have transoceanic trade for the first time. Transatlantic trade is going to open up, so we have a whole new basin. We're going to talk about triangular trade going here. The most important ships are going to be the Manila galleons, and these are going to be Spanish ships. About a month ago, or no, I think about 3 months ago, a Spanish galleon was found in the Caribbean, and it had $100 million worth of gold in it. So what are the Spanish exporting out of the Americas? Gold. And they're called gold runners. If you find a ship today, it's all yours.
Who found?
I don't know, some guy who was looking for it.
Was the video that found gold and the country, or Spain or something, like they made them can't give it back?
They can't.
That's what like the little dispute.
Oh yeah, that was like a court case.
They can't. It's finders keepers, isn't it?
There's like a diver that found it and they got on it.
But artwork is not.
Artwork is not?
It goes back.
Oh, really? I didn't know that about art. But gold is finders keepers. Just like the Egyptian artifacts that guy's pulling out of the ocean like crazy now. Is that all belong to Egypt? Oh, okay. All
I
right,
mean,
so.
you get paid for it, but you can't use it.
Environmental, you're going to have a lot of furs. The French are obsessed with furs during this time period. The biggest, trendiest item, ladies, you can wear is a otter skin, boots, shawls, hats. Gentlemen, you would also wear otter skin boots because it's waterproof. Because the otters live in. Look at you. Look at you guys putting it all together. There you go. We're done. All right, on your whiteboard. Tomorrow's test really isn't that bad. It's one chapter. It's interesting stuff. People always do historically well on it. So, because that's my normal schedule. I'm not allowed to test on Thursdays.
I'm gonna sign a petition.
I miss
Huh?
Thursdays.
No, I'm probably 5 or 6.
Bye-bye.
Bye, darling. Happy Halloween. All right, on your whiteboard, please tell me what is it called? The exchanging of goods from Old World, New World. What is the exchanging of goods from Old World, New World? Now, good. What is it, Kayla? Columbian exchange. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is it called when? Please tell me what is the first World War in history, even though it's not given that title. Good. What is it, Gabby? On your whiteboard, please tell me what are the two teams? Matthew.
English and Dutch.
English and Dutch. So you people just hang out the rest of your day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
not like,
Huh?
They kind of just give us a
Sometimes we do stuff in math.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's fine.
But English is such a waste.
It's also like shock. It's like shocking. Because like,
Thank God we have an
what do they do?
No, all my classes because I just want to go home.
English is such a waste. We literally
Well,
sit
they're
there
not
and
the same.
I think we're done recording.
Yeah. Because it's not like